Hello viewers, welcome once again. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, we will talk about imperative sentences. As in the last video, I have discussed that sentences can be divided on the basis of their function into five subtypes. They, uh, they are the assertive sentences, they are the interrogative sentences, imperative sentences, exclamatory sentences, and optative sentences. I have already made separate videos about assertive sentences and interrogative sentences. So in today's video, I will try to make you people understand what is an imperative sentence. Whenever we ask someone what is an imperative sentence, the most often reply we have for this question is that a sentence in which there is an order is called an imperative sentence. In fact, imperative sentences are those sentences in which there is some order, but it is not only limited to the order. I mean that the imperative sentences are not only those sentences in which there is some order. There are other things that are included in the imperative sentences. So let's see what are those things. If we look at the definition, we see that those sentences in which there is some order, request, advice, suggestion, and forbiddance are known as imperative sentences. So it means that imperative sentences are those sentences in which there is an order, or there is a request, or there is a suggestion, or there is a piece of advice, or even there is forbiddance of a work. I mean to say, whenever we have a sentence in which there is some piece of advice, some suggestion, some forbiddance of a work, some request, or some order, we will call it an imperative sentence. Not only the sentence in which there is an order, but in fact the mentioned things, if these things are present in a sentence, we better call it an imperative sentence. For example, we have these sentences, and these sentences show that these sentences contain not only an order, these sentences contain the other mentioned things as well. For example, shut down the shop. Now this sentence is an order. There is an order in this sentence, and it is an imperative sentence. Please bring me a glass of water. Now, if we look at this sentence, we don't have any order in this sentence. The word please clearly tells us that it is only a request. A request has been made in this sentence. Through this sentence, the person is requesting some other person that a glass of water be brought to him. I mean to say, there is a request for a glass of water in this sentence, and we still will name it an imperative sentence, because in the definition we have said that imperative sentences are those sentences that contain order, request, forbiddance, advice, and suggestion. So it is an imperative sentence. Again, the other example, don't make noise. It again is an imperative sentence. Why? Because there is forbiddance of a work. The person is forbidding the other one to make noise. I mean, he is trying to tell the other person that you should not make noise. So there is forbiddance, and when we have forbiddance, we call it imperative sentence. Again, work hard for your exam. If we look at this example, we notice that it again is an imperative sentence. Why? Because there is a piece of advice. Someone is advising someone to work hard for the exam or to prepare well for the exam. So there is a piece of advice. So simply speaking, whenever we have a sentence in which there is either a request, or an order, or a piece of advice, or a suggestion, or a forbiddance of a work, we will name it an imperative sentence. Now, the obvious identity of the imperative sentences is that they begin with a verb. I mean to say that most of the time we do not put the subject in the imperative sentence. Why? Because the subject you is understood. Suppose if we see the sentence shut down the shop, so it implies or it tells us that we are saying to someone present. There is the subject you in this sentence. If we do not write it over here, that is even okay. If you put it like this, you shut down the door, you shut down the shop, it again is okay. Again, please bring me a glass of water. It implies that there is someone standing. There is a subject you, and we are asking that person to bring a glass of water for me. So I mean to say that most of the time the imperative sentences begin with a verb and end at a full stop. If you do not write the subject, it is assumed that the subject for this sentence, for an imperative sentence, is you. Even if you put even if you put the subject you, it again is okay. Thank you for watching. Keep watching for the upcoming videos.